Hi, everybody. I enjoyed our first module together, and I hope you are looking forward to getting started on Module 2. Let's walk through Module 2 together so I can give you some tips and tricks and additional information on how to be successful in Module 2. So as before, go ahead and click on the Modules button on the left side of the menu bar. And once you're there, you're going to scroll down to Module 2. So the first thing that we'll do in Module 2 is take a look at that overview. Go ahead and click on the overview link. And that is going to tell you what we are going to be working on in Module 2. You'll see that in this module, we are going to begin working on a Writing for Community Change project. This project is going to take place over the entire term, and we're going to be working on different pieces of it throughout the weeks to put it together into a rough draft and then a final project. So you're going to have several incremental assignments that'll guide you through this process step by step, so that by the time you're putting together your rough draft, you'll have all the pieces to gather together and put into place. So if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see that there are some learning objectives for this module, which you can read through. And these are the skills that you're going to be working on. Click the next button at the bottom of the page, and that takes you over to your Top Hat materials. And as usual, you'll try to complete that before completing the other module information so that you have all of the learning to work with before putting together our assignments. After that, click the next button, and that will bring you to an introduction to what we will be writing about for this Writing for the Community Change project. So here we have the project introduction. And you'll see that we are going to be addressing a community problem that matters to you, something that you care about and want to help solve. So what we're really putting together is a problem and solution memo or letter. And so you're going to be working in this next section here on choosing the community that you want to work on and thinking about problems within your community, thinking about communities that you belong to that you might want to make a difference in. So if you scroll down, you'll see that there is a picture here of the CEO, Jackie Vasquez-Lapan, meeting with the ASU students. And that helps connect students to scholarship, mentorship, and other community support services. So it's exciting to think about the different problems within your community that you'll be able to make a change. So you're going to be looking at maybe things in your academic community, your professional community, and maybe civic contexts. Think about communities that you belong to, that you would like to make a difference in. So scroll down to click the next button, and this is going to take you to the overview and purpose for our project. You'll see that we're going to be using creative problem-solving skills. And as you probably know, if you're a working student, that this skill definitely extends beyond the classroom into your professional and civic life. So in many of these college courses that you take, you'll be able to apply this outside of just the collegiate environment. So take a look at the project description below. And this goes over the project phases also. So you'll notice in the project description that you're going to be writing either a memo or a letter, and it needs to be addressed to a decision maker with the authority to act. So when you think about a problem that you want to address, you also need to think about who you're going to address that to. Who will your audience be? In some cases, this might be the president of a company or a supervisor. It could also be the city council or a boss at your current job. So there are lots of different authority figures that can help you to solve your problem and put your solutions into place. So you'll be thinking about that as you're choosing your topic. Also notice that you're going to create a multimodal component in the form of a public service announcement or an advocacy ad. So you will be adding to that, and that'll be something that we do later in the course, and there's a step-by-step process for that. So don't be too worried about that right now. So you'll notice here in this project phases section, it gives you a breakdown of what we're going to be working on throughout the class in order to put this project together. You'll see that first we're going to be doing some brainstorming, then we're going to be composing a research summary, then we'll take a look at the multimodal component. We'll write up our draft. You'll get feedback on the draft from me and from your peers and your writing mentor. And the writing mentor will also offer workshops for you to participate in before you have to turn in this final project. If you scroll down towards the bottom, you'll see some sample projects from former students, and they illustrate how the requirements can be applied effectively. They're not necessarily a blueprint for your project because, of course, your project is going to be unique to you and your audience, but they are helpful to take a look at if you needed to think about some examples. So go ahead and click the next button. And this will bring you to what is a community. So this is going to help you get started brainstorming some ideas on what you might take a look at as far as your project is concerned. It gives a definition of community. It could be a group or a club to which you belong to. It could be a neighborhood, a city, a school, a workplace. There are so many different types of communities. And so this section here is very helpful to give you a bunch of different examples of communities that you might think about choosing for the project. So you can just scroll through that and see if anything looks interesting to you. So if you scroll all the way to the bottom, you'll see planning questions for identifying your communities, and you can help yourself by answering these questions. Where do you spend your time? What groups do you belong to, et cetera? And that will help you to make a good choice about what you would like to work on for this term. So click the next button and you will come to the addressing a community problem page where it says choosing a community problem. So once you've identified your community, you'll be choosing a problem within that community. So this is going to be very unique and specific to what you're working on. No two classmates will be working on the same thing. So that's what makes it exciting. And this is really a place where you can make a difference. You can present this formalized right up to somebody that is an authority-making body in your community and really make a change. So that's kind of why we're working on it. You could decide not to do that, and that's fine too. So here on this page, you'll see some community problem examples. So on the previous page, we looked at communities. Now we're looking at possible problems. And you can take a look through here to see what other people have come up with over time and some suggestions. This should probably get your brain going and your creative juices flowing as you try to select your own problem. So if you keep scrolling, you'll see there are some self-assessment questions, and this will also help you to choose the problem that you want to work on. Then go ahead and click the next button. And you'll see that we have a quiz that does not count toward the final grade. This is a community problem topic assessment quiz. And you'll see here it's not worth any points. You either get a complete or incomplete for it. And it is just helpful for you to gather all of the information that you need to be successful in Module 2. So click the next button and you will come to the topic brainstorm assignment overview. So after you've completed all those previous steps, you'll be ready to write up your brainstorming. So go ahead and scroll down to the steps on how to complete this assignment. And you'll see that first you're going to review your assessment results. And then you're going to answer the following questions. And then in step 3, you'll post the discussion here, and then optionally you can post a reply to your classmates. That's optional, and the writing mentor will probably be participating in this work, but I will be a hands-off on this discussion. So go ahead and scroll all the way to the bottom, and you'll see how you'll be evaluated as complete or incomplete, and you have to answer the questions to receive full credit. It's approximately 200 to 300 words that you'll be uploading. So go ahead and click the next button, and that will bring you to the Module 2 experience feedback. We're going to be having one of these for each of our modules, and this is just another place for you to talk about how your experience was with this module, anything that went well, or anything that we could improve on for future students to make this easier for them. I can't wait to take a look at the communities you select and the problems you're interested in, and I hope you have a great week.